I'll update you on the arrival time and the weather. In the meantime, please make yourself comfortable and welcome aboard.
Ground staff, the aircraft is now ready for departure. May request all ground personnel to please kindly disembark the aircraft. Also requesting all customers to please take your assigned seats now in preparation of closing of blast doors for departure. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, and I'm your cabin senior. On behalf of Qatar Airways, the One World Alliance, and the rest of the cabin crew team, it is my pleasure to welcome you on board Qatar Airways. We would like to extend a special welcome to our privileged club members and also to members of One World Frequent Flyer program traveling with us today. Customers interested in joining our award-winning program may enroll online by visiting the website www.qmiles.com. This aircraft is equipped with the Oryx One in-flight entertainment system. The onboard connectivity facility will be available shortly after takeoff. Please be informed that smoking and use of electronic cigarettes is not permitted anywhere on board this aircraft. In preparation for departure, we ask that you switch your phones to flight safe mode and ensure that your seatbelt is fastened at this time. We would like to remind you to keep your personal valuables such as wallets, jewelry and electronic devices safe at all times.
Taxiing hold short runway 12 left via taxiway Zulu Sierra cross runway 12 right Alpha Alpha 1 Qatari 1123.
Qatar Airways flight. Please pay attention as we demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft. For your comfort and safety, we operate a non-smoking policy on board all our aircraft. Smoking in the toilet will activate a smoke alarm, and tampering with the smoke detector is a criminal offence. The exits and walkways must be kept clear of baggage at all times. Baggage should be securely stowed in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you. For safety reasons, with the exception of handheld pegs in flight mode, the use of electronic devices is not permitted for takeoff and landing. These devices must remain switched off until you are advised by your cabin crew. Please fasten your seatbelt for takeoff and landing. And whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. To unfasten, lift the flaps and pull the ends apart. If you plan to sleep during the flight, please make sure your seatbelt is fastened and visible to cabin crew. The cabin environment is carefully controlled. If oxygen is required, masks will appear from above you, or you may be required to release the mask by pulling on the coloured flag marked full. Pulling the mask towards you will activate the oxygen supply. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, adjust the band to secure it, and breathe normally. When your mask is fitted correctly, you may adjust others. In the unlikely event of an emergency landing, please adopt the brake position as shown on the screen. Your life jacket is either beside or underneath your seat. When instructed by the crew, remove it from its container and pull it over your head. Bring the cape around your waist and fasten in front, pulling firmly to secure. Only inflate your life jacket when you are leaving the aircraft by pulling the two red toggles sharply downwards. You can also inflate or top up the life jacket by blowing into the mouthpiece. The life jacket has a whistle to attract attention, and a light that will automatically illuminate when in water. Infant life jackets will be distributed by the cabin crew. Please take a moment to locate the emergency exit nearest to your seat. The emergency exits are clearly marked and are located as shown on the screen. Escape path lighting will guide you to the emergency exit. In case of emergency landing on water, the evacuation slide will serve as right. Please remember to remove footwear before using the slide. To remind yourself of the safety aspects of this aircraft, please read the safety card which is in your seat pocket. And if you have any questions,
Bahrain Tower Qatari 1123 at runway 12 left ready for departure to the east.
Preparations for takeoff, please ensure your seat is in fully upright position, your window down is open,
Cleared for takeoff runway 12
your
left.
tray table is folded away, and your seatbelt
Cleared
is
for
fastened.
takeoff runway 12 left Qatari
Thank you for
1123.
your attention, and enjoy your flight with Qatar Airways.
departure.
Bahrain Tower, Qatari 112 continue for east departure.
Qatari 112 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Bahrain Tower, Qatari 112 frequency change. Bahrain approach Qatari 112 is tight Airbus A20 and 5 miles southeast of Bahrain 1,400 feet. Request flight following.
Qatari 112 Bahrain approach. Squawk 1441.
Squawk 1441 Qatari 112
Qatari 112 radar contact 9 miles southeast of Bahrain 1,800 feet. Altimeter 29.71.
Roger Qatari 112
Qatari 112 contact approach on 124.905. Good day.
124.905 Qatari 1123. Goodbye. Approach Qatari 1123 3,200 feet.
Qatari 1123 approach altimeter 29.70 radar contact continue.
Approach Qatari 1123. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Qatari 1123 approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Cleared through Charlie airspace Qatari 1123.
Qatari 1123 contact Bahrain Center on 126.7. Good day.
126.7 Qatari 1123. Goodbye. Bahrain Center Qatari 1123 4,800 feet.
Qatari 1123 Bahrain Center altimeter 29.69 radar contact continue.
Ladies and gentlemen, the seatbelt sign will be turned off shortly. We recommend, however, that you keep your seatbelt loosely fastened at all times during the flight. If you're using a blanket, we kindly ask that you fasten your seatbelt over your blanket so it is visible. We invite you to browse for extravaganza or in-flight duty-free catalog which is in your seat pocket. Our in-flight meal service will come in shortly. Please refer to your personal menu card for more details.
125.123.
If there is anything that we can do to make your flight more comfortable, please
Doha
feel
approach
free to
Qatar
let us know.
1123,
Thank you.
6,600 feet.
سيدتي وسادتي بعد خليج سنة تخرجات تحسين المقاعد استخدمتكم مرجع من حضراتكم قبل الأحزمة مربوطة وضروري لطاقم الطائرة في حال استخدام كل البطانيات. بعد قليل سوف نقدم لكم وجبة الصباح كما نجري مع باقي أفراد الطاقم على تم الاستعداد لتلبية طلباتهم على مدار الرحلة. شكرا. وسيدتي على الطفلان هي مبادرة تدعم الخطوط الجوية القطرية وتهدف إلى توفير التعليم الابتدائي للأطفال المحرومين من التعليم الأساسي. يبلغ عدد الأطفال المحرومين من التعليم الابتدائي 58 مليون طفلا حول العالم. يعيش هؤلاء الأطفال في دول تعاني من الفقر والتمييز والنزاعات والكوارث الطبيعية. سنكون شاكرين لكم لو تكرمتم بدعم هذه المبادرة من خلال تبرعاتكم، والتي يمكنكم وضعها في المغلفات المتوفرة في جيوب المقاعد التي أمامكم. سيقوم أحد أفراد الطاقم الضيافة باستلامها منكم. شكرا.
gentlemen, from the flight deck, the captain speaking. Very shortly beginning our descent. We trust you've enjoyed the flight. Thanks for choosing to fly with us. On behalf of myself and the crew, we'd like to wish you a very pleasant stay or indeed a very safe onward journey. And we'll see you on board again very soon. Have a good day.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we've now commenced our descent, we require that you return to your seat, ensure that your hand baggage is either restowed beneath your seat or in the overhead lockers, your tray table and seat backs are in the upright position, and your seatbelt is securely fastened. Thank you.
بالنظر إلى أننا بدأنا في الهبوط، نطلب منكم أن تعودوا إلى مقاعدكم وتتأكدوا من أن أمتعتكم اليدوية مخزنة إما تحت المقعد وإما في الخزائن العلوية، وأن منضدة الصينية مطوية ومثبتة، وظهر المقعد في وضع قائم، وحزام المقعد مربوط بإحكام. شكرا.
1,000. 500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 60. 50. 40, 30, 20, retard.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. Please ensure that you have all your personal belongings with you as you leave the aircraft. Also remember that smoking is only permitted in designated areas. You may now use your mobile and electronic devices if you wish to do so. We hope that you will include Qatar Airways in your future travel plans. To book your next flight, please visit QatarAirways.com. On behalf of Qatar Airways, the One World Alliance, and the rest of the cabin crew team, we wish you a pleasant stay or a safe journey to your final destination. Qatar Airways going places together. Thank you.
سيدتي وسيدتي أهلا وسهلا. الرجاء تأكد من أخذ جميع أمتعتكم قبل مغادرة الطائرة. يمكنكم الآن استخدام هاتفكم الجوال إذا كنتم ترغبون بذلك. لا يمكنكم التدخين إلا في الأماكن المخصصة لذلك في المطار. لحجز رحلتك القادمة الرجاء زيارة موقعنا qatarways.com. فنحن نتمنى لكم رحلة آمنة وممتعة خطوط جوية قطرية مع النزول في مكان.
Good disarm doors for arrival caution.
Summary 2.
118.575 Qatari 1123. Goodbye. Qatari 1123 request taxi to the gate.
Qatari 1123 taxi to gate Bravo 6 via taxiway Alpha 4 Bravo Alpha Tree Echo 1 Delta Echo.
Taxiing to gate Bravo 6 via taxiway Alpha 4 Bravo Alpha Tree Echo 1 Delta Echo Qatari 1123.
Sim rate 4. Sim rate 2. Sim rate 1.